Welcome to the Grown Ass Dads Podcast. Boop, boop, a doopy, doopy, boo.
And we're back.
Yeah, buddy.
Welcome to the Grown Ass Dads Podcast.
Bones, good to see you.
Good to see you. I'm Adam Bundren here with
Jay Hilsing.
And Mr. Jason Byrne.
So this is an important episode, I think. We have talked about, what are we going to talk about? What are you talking about today? Back to school. Kids are going back to school. It's time.
Vital part of my life.
Seriously.
And I hate it, but it's a vital part of my life.
I think this is something that certainly all of us are dealing with, but I would imagine a lot of other dads and moms are dealing with their kids going back to school. So why not talk about it?
I feel super guilty because summer's the greatest time ever for a kid, and it's a blast for me and the boys. I need them to go back to school like yesterday.
Help me understand why. You said you hate it. Why do you hate it?
Why do I hate that I feel this way?
No, like we said it was time to go back to school, and you said I hate it, but I need this.
So I feel that I hate that I feel this way because I feel like I miss out on a little bit of the experience and the journey and fun of summer. But with my kids not yet being old enough to kind of watch themselves or get themselves anywhere, like the summer is just an absolute clusterfuck, and it's who's going where into what camp and who's getting them there, what am I doing, who's watching them today, how fast do I got to get home from work, it's a constant just sprint.
See, and I guess that's why it's a little bit different for me, because I'm excited about school getting back in session. Well, I'm not excited because now I got to get up really early in the morning again, but
which is probably a good thing.
I agree.
Judgment, but
at the same time, my kids don't spend summer bouncing around from camp to camp to camp and yada, yada, yada. My kids sit at home for the most part, other than Aiden, who's in a lot of plays. Blake plays golf. Carter just does a whole lot of VR. So I'm excited about school coming around so they can finally be social again. I just want them to get out of the house and spend some time with other people. I'm not even talking about the whole let's get back on a regiment and have a schedule and have a structure and all that stuff again. It's just
go see humans.
100%. Yeah.
So, man, for me, also different because right now, from late March until right now is my busy season professionally. This is, like the real estate season is right now. And if people say there's no seasonality, that's bullshit. There is. And so it's a little bit more different for me because I am working like crazy right now. And so, my wife has to kind of pick up the slack for me throughout the entire summer. So I feel guilty. And then she feels guilty because the kids aren't doing, we're not going on these lavish trips or doing all this stuff. But I kind of came to a realization a couple of weeks ago when we were having this conversation. She's like, we haven't gone anywhere. We haven't really done anything. Now, we go visit my brother in Omaha, which is awesome. Yeah. Like, we spend a week up there. It's great. But we haven't done anything significant. We haven't gone on any vacation per se. But I realized that our kids' summer, their ideal summer, isn't hanging out with mom and dad at all. It's doing what they want to do. It's going to the buddies' houses and playing VR or swimming or going up the street or riding bikes, or that's what they want to do. And so we were kind of having this conversation, and I came to this realization of like, they had a great summer. They had the summer of their dreams.
As long as they're not in school, it's a great summer.
Yeah, it just wasn't what we think they want to do, which is all just bullshit that we're projecting upon everybody else. But we are getting ready to go to Table Rock. Not Branson, Table Rock.
Good answer.
To go fishing. I'm gonna fish.
It's I think my kids had a great summer, and it's more of it is I guess a little selfish on my part that I'd like to spend some more time with them, make some more memories, what have you. We just got back from a float. It was great. But it's a situation. So the next week is going to be conditioning them to go back to school, because right now it's kind of go to bed when you're tired and get up when you're not.
Yep.
And now we're going to go back to, 9 o'clock, 9:30 bedtime, get up at 6:30, 6:45, and you have to condition them to do that. And so it's going to suck a little bit.
What's been the summer bedtime?
Somewhere around 10:30. And my kids are 9 and 13 now. And so 10:30-ish. I've got a super, super stubborn-ass 9-year-old who needs to go to bed earlier than my 13-year-old, but when I do put him to bed, he will on purpose stay up and force himself to stay awake until his brother comes into the room 100% of the time. And I could put him in there at 8 o'clock, and Joe can go to bed at 11, and I walk in there, and Dan's like, what have you guys been doing? Whatever
you're waiting,
right?
Whatever we want, bro.
Yeah.
But he refuses, and so that's another thing that we're gonna have to work through, because he needs more sleep than Joe does right now, and Joe is a morning person. So even when Joe goes to bed at 11, he's still awake by 8:30 at the latest, and Dan could go to bed at 10 o'clock and sleep until 11 o'clock the next day.
Yeah.
My guy.
Yeah.
And so,
man after your own heart.
but it's I'm anxious for them to go back to school. The regiment, I know where they're gonna be from 8 a.m. to 3, and from 8 to 3 I'm good. I can just focus on what I need to do. And also my 13-year-old has a phone now, and I get 3 to 4 calls a day. Hey, Dad, when are you going to come home? When I'm done working, bud. When's that going to be? Probably around 5:30 or so. Can you bring me lunch? No. Talk to the babysitter. She will take care of lunch for you. I don't want anything at home. Okay, cool, dude. I got to get back to doing this. I'm in a meeting. Oh, sorry, Dad. An hour later. Hey, can we go get my Xbox from Mom's? Sure, when I get home. Why when you get home? Why can't we go get it now? Because Dad's in the middle of fucking working. What do you stop fucking calling me? But I can't say stop fucking calling me, because I talk to him and I want to see what's going on. But hey, dude, call me when there's something that's not fucking absurd.
Right.
But it's I'm excited for them to go back. They're excited to see their buddies. They, as much as they enjoy summer and they say, I don't want to go back, they're getting a little anxious to see everybody. They're pretty active, and they do a lot of sleepovers, and they hang out with their friends fairly frequently over the summer and see them at camps and sport stuff. But yeah, I think they are unknowingly excited to go back to see their friends, not to get homework though.
I'd love to tell you what time my kids have been going to bed, but I have no idea.
Because you're in bed before them?
I'm in bed way before they are. My 17-year-olds and my 13-year-old, no clue. All I know is I could wake up at 2 in the morning to go to the bathroom, and at least one of my kids is still awake because I can hear a television or I can hear video games going on still. Whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. It could be Carter, my 13-year-old. I have no idea.
Yeah. I mean, our kids are up late in the summertime. I mean, it's to say that they go to bed at 10 is a dream. I mean, it's probably midnight-ish most of the time, unless there's a sleepover, and then, like Carter was sleeping over last week or whenever it was, and they weren't in bed anytime early. In fact, I could hear them scheming down there, and I'm like, all right, just don't burn anything down.
Yeah.
To be honest, I think technology has allowed for such a different experience in the summer.
Sure.
Than, certainly when we were kids, because they're connected. I mean, he's playing video games and on voice calls or FaceTime or whatever the hell it is. Every day, multiple times a day. So it's almost like they haven't really left the classroom. I mean, there's kids that obviously they haven't seen, but the group of friends that they have, they remain.
Yeah, well, I mean, our
which I
two
think is pretty
boys
cool.
have a group of people that they do the Oculus
Yep,
VR
Oculus
with.
peeps.
The
Yep.
Oculus peeps. They've actually gotten together in the IRL,
Right.
in real life, to go to Six Flags
Yeah.
and all that kind of stuff. So it's. I agree with you. It's provided an opportunity for them to stay connected. And there's at least a group of 6 of them, I think, that still stay connected. It's just an odd dichotomy.
Ooh,
I think that's the right word.
It's not a real word.
I think I used it right too.
Did you
I don't
spell
think
that
so.
for me?
I don't think any of us are going to try and spell that one. But yeah, there's a way for them to stay connected, but it's still it's so weird that my kid is at home all day long and yet still interacting with other people.
Yeah.
It's weird to even think
All
about.
right, here's the question then. Better, worse, or just different than we were growing up? Here's the scenario. We were 13 years old. Like Carter, Joe, and Harry. And we wanted to play video games with our buddies. We wanted to hang out. How did you do that?
Well, you could only play, let's see, so if we're 13, you could only play probably Super Mario Brothers.
You had Nintendo.
Yeah, so you had to sit.
And
So was GoldenEye not out yet?
No, not at
yet.
13. No
You
way.
had
We're
Sega-
talking
Sega-
1980 or 1991.
1993.
Yeah.
1993. Sega
not-
was
math
probably
isn't my
around.
thing. No way.
Yeah, Sega was out.
Sega was around.
I
In
got
1990s?
For sure.
Yeah.
I got the original Nintendo with my first communion money. So it was for sure long enough for Sega to come out of that.
Okay.
So,
All right.
nonetheless, let's just say at the time Nintendo and Nintendo 64 was out, Sega was out, and if you were going to play, you were going to play a 2-man game.
Yeah.
Because it was only 2-man because there were 2 controllers, and
God, if only there was a save button back then. God.
and you were going to go ride your bike
Yeah.
to a buddy's house, and you were going to sit next to one another and yell at each other and fight
Yes.
in the game, and literally, whether you were playing Mortal Kombat, you're playing NBA Jam, you're playing
Yes.
one of
That's
the Mario
better than
Brothers.
anything else that you're going to say.
Okay,
That wins.
Those are the deal.
I am also going to vote for that already.
Okay, so that was the thing. Okay, so what would happen for me is I would go to one of my friends' houses. They would come over to my house, whatever it was. We'd ride our bikes, so we get, I don't know, 1 mile to 2 miles on our bike that day. We would play video games. If it was nice out, we might go play wiffle ball or fuzzball or something like that. We might play basketball in the driveway. We might come back in and play video games. If it's raining, we're playing video games, watching a movie on VHS or whatever.
Damn right.
And
On what?
and sitting next to one another and interacting. Is it better or is it worse than the kids right now that never have to leave their house, still interact with their friends via online gaming or on FaceTime or what have you, do similar things, playing video games, doing that, but they don't have any time that they have to ever leave their bedroom or living room?
I don't think that there's anyone on this planet that will be able to make a solid argument that the way that it is now is better than what we just expressed was our reality in the 80s and 90s.
Let me give it a try.
Please do, because
don't-
I see zero.
I still prefer the way it was for us, getting out of the house, riding the bike. In fact, I was having a down day the other day, and I literally drove my car through the streets that I used to ride my bike on because I just was going down memory lane. Like,
Yeah.
there's something to be said for that, getting out and riding your bike and blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
What I will say is the vast ability to connect now. So I don't necessarily have lasting relationships or deep relationships with any of my cousins or extended family. Some of my cousin-ish, we've hung out our whole lives and so on and so forth. But like my direct cousins, love them to death, but we interacted on holidays, right? 2 of my son's best friends are their cousins who live down at the Lake of the Ozarks. Why? Because they can game together all day, every day, if they choose to. So the technology has given them the ability to stay in contact with people that back in the day we couldn't have stayed in contact with. So if I had cousins that lived down at the Lake of the Ozarks, I had no way to interact with them unless we were going to have a phone call. But I mean, I'm not going to sit on the phone with my boy cousin for hours, right? But the ability to connect that way has been awesome to see, because now when we get together all as a family, it's a completely different dynamic because everybody is just so tight and connected because of the ability to do so over electronic means.
Okay, so what I'm hearing you say is that the geographic diversity of connection is more readily available.
That's a deep way of saying it, but
than it was when we were kids. Because same, I had cousins in Arkansas, and we would spend 2 weeks every summer and Thanksgiving in Arkansas every single year, and I loved them.
Yep.
But coming down to Arkansas twice a year was like reconnecting for 2 days, 4 days, 6 days, whatever it was, and then wait till next year. And holy shit, you're a foot taller, and oh, now you like girls, and now like all different, you know what I mean? All different types of growing up happening. Whereas if I had a direct connection to them, maybe it would have been different or deeper or something like that.
This and what we're talking about is better than what like social media provides. Social media is a completely different concept that still allows you to stay in tune with and aware of things that are going on long distance. But now, because of the VRs of the world and
FaceTimes and video games,
gaming and Discord and all that kind of stuff, I mean, it is almost, other than the ability to reach out and actually touch the person next to you, it's as if they're at each other's house playing games together, which is bizarre.
Which is pretty cool.
I mean, that's what I dreamed of, being able to play 007 GoldenEye with 3 of my friends from their houses and me sitting on my couch. So it's hard for me to look at the current scenario in a negative light, because I'm like, my God, I wish I had this.
Yeah. Okay, so you didn't completely convince me, but you took the sting out of my resistance.
On that minor on that minor opportunity to be able to connect with somebody that lives a far distance away, better. Other than that, worse. And worse for a lot of different things.
Just to clarify, I agree with you.
So you would have, like, I love you. Can you imagine how big of a hermit you would be right now if you never had to leave your house growing up?
I mean, it's hard to be a bigger hermit than I am now. But
we got about tonight.
This is what I'm saying. I also thought that growing up, and one of the things that I think is funny now is these kids can say anything that they want to their buddies, and they can, talk shit to one another and whatever. And when you were sitting next to your buddy and talking shit to him, I mean, how many times in your life was something going a little awry in NBA Jam, and as your buddy was going to go on fire or stick it in your eye, you would slap his controller out of his hand?
Oh yeah.
And then there'd be a rumble in the room of wherever that was going to be, and you'd get, you're leaning on your buddy because you're trying to keep your controller in your hand. Like there's other interpersonal things, and actually having to sit in front of somebody and make conversation, and just a lot of the other stuff. And things are very vastly different now. But
that's one thing that I have noticed as a difference, and I don't know if it was just the way that, I was raised or the way I'm raising my kids. I don't know, but I have noticed that kids today really struggle with eye contact. Something as simple as making brutal eye contact. And I think one of the things that is a contributing factor, other than the fact that I might be lacking in my parenting and someone enforcing it, is they can have full cognitive conversation without needing somebody to have it sitting in front of them. Mm-hmm. They're either doing this, or they're doing this, or they're doing this, and they're able to communicate in a way thoroughly where they don't need a representation of who I'm conversing with sitting in front of them.
Yep.
To where if I was trying to talk to somebody and I was looking down or mumbling or looking over there, it would be a, hey,
Yep.
look at somebody when you're talking to them.
Yeah.
So two things really quickly. First of all, the hermit thing. Yes, I've turned into one of those. But that's actually my biggest fear about my children because of the current scenario, right? Like we're looking at colleges right now.
Mm-hmm.
Scary shit. We're looking at colleges, and one of my sons who spends a lot of time playing games is looking at a technical college that is out of this world. I mean, this place is amazing. It's a 1.5-year program, and he's into the working world. Where's that's not even going to give him enough time to get out and interact and meet people. Like, the biggest moment for me in my life to get out and meet people and expand my horizons and come out of my shell was college. And a 1.5-year program in the class with the same 20 people is not going to provide that any more so than the video games are today, right? So it's hard. The other point that you brought up was this whole not being able to make eye contact, right? So a little bit different, but question for you guys. Because of this video game nature that my kids have grown up in and the YouTube concept of watching other people play video games, which still blows me away.
Same.
Do your kids have the ability to narrate their life as if people are listening and watching, whether or not there's actually anybody listening or watching or not? So my son, Blake, love you, bud. He will narrate every ounce of his life as if he's one of those YouTubers who's playing video games and has to tell the people what's happening.
Give me an example. So he's getting ready to go play golf with you or with Kevin.
He'll come up here to the office.
It's hilarious.
Right behind me. You guys can't see it. It's on the other side of this little drape, but we have a golf simulator here in the office. He'll come up here and golf, and I will know every shot, where the ball went, what the next shot's going to be, what he felt about that shot, because it's as if at all times he has a camera on him and people are watching, to the point that he'll actually say, "Oh, that was rough, chat." What?
I don't know. I mean, certainly I don't think Carrie does that. Gus might. Gus could. I think Gus is a really good candidate for the Truman Show type situation because he is the most comfortable when he's hanging out with his friends, and he's the most comfortable when he is sitting in a room by himself for 6 hours drawing or making a book, creating a book, or organizing houses or whatever he's doing at that moment. I mean, I've never seen someone at that age so comfortable in their own skin. It is one of the coolest things and also one of the most terrifying things in the world because I'm like, boy, I wish I had that confidence at that age. And also, man, it's going to be rough. There are going to be some kids who are so uncomfortable that are going to see you and want to choke you down.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know about the narration thing. I might try it. Adam's getting ready to go to the lake, and Adam caught a bass today. I'm gonna send you guys videos. Look for this. There's gonna be a grown ass dad video of Adam narrating himself catching a fish.
Adam draws back the rod and lets it fly.
He's got one. Fish on.
Got one. Fish on. Oh, we're gonna battle. We're gonna battle.
You should absolutely 1,000% do that and send it to me because I'm going to have to edit it and put it up because you don't have social media.
That's fair.
It's that is something you should do for sure.
All right, so I would say my kids don't narrate their life, but my oldest does do a similar thing that I used to do, and I, for a long time, was going to the NBA, and no one told me that I was 6'2".
You were?
Yeah, I was going to the NBA.
You were still talking about it last week. So
National
National Basketball Association. Yeah,
okay,
that I mean,
I
definitely fit into at 6'2".
You kind of feel like big country Brian Reeves, by the way.
I do, just like 8 to 10 inches shorter, and less talented. But ultimately, after I
think with that stash, he belongs in the NBA.
Yeah, or a police officer. One of the two. It's really an authoritarian thing. But I always thought, okay, if I don't go to the NBA, I want to be an announcer for the NBA. And so I would announce play-by-play when I would be training on the court, and
that is where Blake belongs, 1,000%.
And I would do that, and it was a daily thing that Hilsing gets the ball in the post. It's 5, 4. He makes a move, shoot 3, good.
Hits the rim.
Overtime. And then my most favorite thing in the entire world was the Michael Jordan era of the Bulls intro.
Oh, God.
And I could probably recite the starting five and what that was, and I used to do that a lot by myself because that was embarrassing, but that was really fun. But Joe will do that in the living room playing shinny hockey and talk about, passes over to Hilsing. Hilsing roofs it sick. And you're like, oh. And I mean, if I hear sick or gross one more time, I'm going to have to punt him. But he shoots, I don't know, 100 shinny balls a day and then gets mad when he misses. And I'm like, it's just you. Yeah. You're the only guy playing.
You're playing against you.
You're playing against you. Why are you yelling about this right now?
So I'm glad you brought that up.
Okay.
Because from the age, I don't know, 6 to an uncomfortable age.
Yesterday.
I narrated myself playing baseball. I mean, for hours.
Okay.
And I thought I was going to be an announcer. That's what when I was a kid, I thought I was going to be a baseball announcer. But I mean the entire lineup of the 1992 St. Louis Cardinals, throw the ball up, left-handed batter. Now I'm the whole thing, play the whole game, Game 7 of the World Series. I don't think my kids do that. But I remember.
Did you do the whole gambler thing though? Like not gambler. What song?
I
is
definitely
it?
did some gambling.
The Kenny Rogers song.
Can you remember episode 1?
Kenny Rogers, where you throw it up 3 times, you swing 3 times. You're like, oh my God, I'm such a good pitcher.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably did that.
So what I don't see any kids doing now, and this used to be really commonplace with at least my friends growing up. When we play wiffle ball, we were somebody. So we used to play. My cousin Kyle and I used to play one-on-one wiffle ball.
Yeah,
and we would pick a team, and then we would have to bat.
Yes,
the way that
stance, that right-handed, left-handed,
that whole thing, and then we also ended up where we would have a pitcher that we would be, and then we would have to pitch in a similar version to that.
Yeah,
Brett Saberhagen.
The hilarity.
Jim Abbott.
That's insensitive.
What's wrong?
I'm sorry, everybody.
But
that's as bad as wearing jeans and saying you got good jeans and
I've always had a pretty good self-awareness other than the NBA thing. But I had a dog shit arm. Like my cousins, my friends could throw gas, and everything I had was a muffin. And so forever, I was Bob Tewksbury.
Come on now.
I was Bob Tewksbury because I was just a control guy that threw junk, and if I really gassed somebody, I was throwing 89 miles an hour. And so it was that as a kid.
I love Bob Tewksbury.
And my cousin would be like, Nolan Ryan toes the rubber, and I'm like, I can't even say that out loud because it's embarrassing. But these kids now, they like if you said, hey, show me Aaron Judge's stance and hit like Aaron Judge, they would be like, what are you talking about? I don't even know how to do that.
Blake does.
Okay, that's awesome.
So Blake has like a massive passion for baseball, but also for the longest time had a huge passion for wiffle ball in particular. So we actually built a stadium and everything out at my dad's soccer field and stuff. And he is one kid that would do that.
Harry
He'd get
does
up
the
there
same thing.
and he would do certain stances and certain pitching methods. And I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking
Yep.
about, but sounds good, buddy.
Yep, same thing. We would play wiffle ball in the backyard, and he's always, who are you going to be, Dad? And I'll be like, I'm going to be the 97 Cardinals. All right, I'm going to be this. I'm going to be the 2023 Cardinal, whatever it was. And he knew every stance, left-handed, right-handed. And that, to be honest, that's how I learned how to hit left-handed, was being, whatever.
wiffle ball.
Yeah, being Jim Edmonds or something and playing wiffle ball in the backyard.
So my cousin used to be the Cubs, and I was the Cardinals all the time, and he loved Andre Dawson.
R.I.P.
Andre Dawson basically dove over the plate and had this big vicious swing.
Yeah.
And so anytime that he would tell me, okay, Andre Dawson's up, I would throw a curveball up into his face.
Yeah.
And because I knew he was going to lean into it, and then he'd get pissed at me, and then I could throw him low and away and strike him out. And it was hilarious because he wasn't exactly a super deep thinker, and so we played this game for years. This wasn't like a one-time thing, for years, and every single time that would happen, he'd be like, Andre Dawson up, and I'd be like, here comes in your fucking chin,
Right.
and then
How about an ear hole?
and then I would strike him out low and away, and because he was afraid to get hit in the face again, and then I was like, I don't know. We're 17 years old. I've been doing this to you for 5 straight years, and you still don't know this is what's going to happen. But we had a I mean, we played a ton of that stuff, but we played a ton of video games too. But I don't know. Well, I do know the controllers now are more ergonomic than those old school Nintendo controllers. How much Nintendo thumb did you get?
Oh, it sucked.
Tons. However, I have a friend, actually going to go be with him at Table Rock. He had Nintendo Finger, which was where your fingers turn yellow from holding cigarettes while you play Nintendo. So now, if we're like ever on the golf course or something, and somebody's smoking a lot of cigarettes, like, oh, you got Nintendo Finger?
Okay. We did different things when we were playing Nintendo back
True.
in the day.
Yeah,
but
we probably a little different.
I just remember like actually having the imprint of the arrow
Yeah.
on my thumb.
Yep.
For sure.
And rolling that, and you would be like, hey, my thumbs hurt. We should go play wiffle ball, or we should go play basketball, or we'll come back to this.
Yeah.
Favorite Nintendo game?
Zelda.
Mike
Legend of
Tyson's
Zelda.
Punch Out.
Legend of Zelda.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a
Yeah.
good one.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
Mike Tyson's Punch Out and Contra.
Contra.
Ooh, I loved
Oh.
Contra. What about that Surfside, D&B Surfside or something like that?
That was good. That was
That's
good. I actually really enjoyed RBI baseball.
Yeah, I
Was
liked
my
RBI
jam.
and I liked Tecmo Bowl, like all that stuff. But my mom used to play Zelda. So my mom would yell at us, like, you got to turn that shit off, whatever. And then you said earlier, why wasn't there a save button? Well, there was a save button on Nintendo. It was when you turn the TV off and leave the Nintendo on.
Leave the Nintendo running.
Because my mom used to play Zelda in the middle of the night with my Aunt Donna, and the cord to the phone would go around the house into wherever the fucking thing was, and you'd come in and she'd be like, nobody touch that thing!
Your mom was a nerd.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so in that situation, Tecmo Bowl had cheat codes, and it wasn't a cheat code that you could put in. It was basically
Bo Jackson?
and Lawrence Taylor. Nobody could
Oh,
block
I never
Lawrence.
knew about the LT.
Nobody could block.
I knew Bo Jackson was a
Nobody
cheat
could
code.
block Lawrence Taylor. If Lawrence Taylor, you just use the arrow, and guys would just go flying off of him. And then Bo Jackson was a cheat code. But I have not played Contra in 30-ish years.
But you still know the code.
I can still get me 30 guys right now if you put it in front of me.
Yeah, I need to play Contra.
Up, down, left, right,
BA.
BA, select, start, 30 guys. Put it on the
Select
board.
was only necessary if you were playing 2-player.
That is correct.
Yeah, I need to play Contra.
One of my favorite T-shirts that I've ever seen last week, I was
the
out,
code.
and the code was on a T-shirt, and I was like, that's fucking brilliant. I need that.
Yeah. The majority of people are walking past that person going, what the hell is that? But you were like, bro, I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Let me buy you a drink. But yeah, it was if kids saw that, they'd be so pissed because it'd be like, dude, you're cheating. You're using Lawrence Taylor, or you're doing whatever, and you had to get to
part
it.
of the game.
You had to call it.
No, they're cheating today because they have checkpoints they get to and they can turn their game off. Like my kids don't understand this concept of, if I was playing Super Mario Brothers and I died,
it's over.
The game was over.
Start from square one.
Game was over.
Yeah.
Well, it got to the point. So playing Mike Tyson, it became, how fast can you beat the game? Because everybody had beaten the game. You're like, okay, well, it took me, 30 minutes or 40 minutes or whatever, because you were trying to knock the guy out in the first round in every guy that you had to face. But altogether, we played tons of video games.
Yeah.
We played tons of video games, but we had guys that were, and then you know what? And then this is a super fucking odd ass parallel. Video games taught me to share. Because if you're playing Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, can anybody else play?
No.
So your buddy's sitting next to you watching you play and doing fucking nothing because there's no phone, there's no other TV, they're just hanging out and you're talking or you're doing whatever, and so you had to figure out a way to make it equitable. So otherwise you're like, hey dude, come over and hang out, and then they'd hang out and watch you play video games, be like, fuck off, I'm going back home. So then you had to trade guys, or you had to trade levels.
You could throw a koosh ball in the air, or do one of those
fucking koosh ball.
Do one of those. What are the things that was had it was like a ring of Saturn that you could stand on?
I think that's been reversed now though, because my kids don't look at it as, I got to take a turn, then you got to take a turn. You need to get your own console.
Well, this is the whole thing. This pisses me off so fucking much. My kids won't play 2-player because the screen gets cut in half and it's harder to play.
Oh, for sure.
We're playing 2-player on a fucking 28-inch color tube, and they're pissed because they got to share a screen on a 60-inch. And I'm like, no, I'm not. You fuck off. Play 2 players.
Yeah.
One argument there that I'm thinking about here. So yes, I agree that dividing the screen is frustrating. I'm siding with the kids a little bit. When we used to play, and I'm going to go back to it, GoldenEye.
Yeah.
Okay.
Four.
There's 4 of us sitting around on the same television. Mm-hmm. You can't tell me that you weren't looking at those other 3-player screens, knowing where people are respawning.
I knew where they were.
We knew where they were going to go.
We knew where they were.
You know what?
That's what's so awesome about the way they play today.
Yeah.
Is you can't see the other player's screen.
Right.
So I wasn't a great video gamer. I wasn't. So
because you're too busy training for the NBA.
This is correct. This is very true. This is very true. But I would like to give a very heartfelt Shivi, go fuck yourself, because he was a legendary GoldenEye player, and when you would play, he had the levels memorized.
He knew all the spawn points.
Where you would come back to life. So if you got killed once, so when you would play to 10 kills, and you would get killed once, the game was over. And that was the scenario where I had to slap that controller out of his hand, because right before I would respawn, he was going to kill me. I would slap the controller out of his hand so I could get away and go get a gun and have a chance to actually win. And that was, you could watch and see where they were and what was happening. But more strategy to it. You had to know the other dude saw where you were going. You had to be real fucking sneaky about it.
So you're 2 pieces of homework. One, you're gonna film a narration of fishing while you're down at Table Rock.
I'll do it.
The second one is, I think we need to have a GoldenEye.
I would love that.
Recorded podcast of us playing GoldenEye.
I have it set up in my house right now. I played last week because I found it in my basement, and I showed the kids, and the kids freaked out because they're like, Dad, what is this? I go, it's a video game. And they're like, this is terrible. You can't even see what
it is. The video game.
It is not it is the video game. And so I played for a little while, and I'm a little rusty, But, I sniped some guys in the head. It was great. And I still remember where you got to go and collect the different, stuff that you had to get to pass a level. And we could absolutely do that. We could throw it up on this TV right here, and we could play a level.
You know what? I love our listeners. Like everybody at home right now, listening, watching it, the whole night. I love all you guys. I don't care whether you're going to like this episode or not,
right?
Because we're going to have so much damn fun,
right?
Playing GoldenEye. And we actually at the house, if I'm not mistaken, we have it on the Wii. And we have guns that you put the Wii controller on the front, and you actually play as if it's first person.
A gun, right?
I'm gonna go old school. Do you have a Nintendo still?
I
parents, maybe?
guarantee you, my mom still has every console that we've ever had.
All right,
at her house.
I think we should do an episode where we play Nintendo, Sega, N64,
Dreamcast.
I'm gonna need a Dreamcast. Yeah, I'm gonna need a Dreamcast.
You and I playing NHL Dreamcast. I was the Ottawa Senators, and I don't remember who you were, but man, we played a shitload.
I was the.
You seem like a Vancouver Canuck kind of guy.
No, I was a Buffalo. I was the Buffalo
Sabres. Yeah, because you had Hasek.
I had Dominic Hasek and.
The amount, oh my God, the amount.
Alexander McGillney.
Yes. And,
yes.
And who was your guy that I used to fucking yell at?
Radek Bonk.
And we would go, well, that was the thing. This is where we started our first company together and pitched it to my dad when we were fucking 16 years old. And all the rest of the cool guys were out smoking weed and drinking and trying to sleep with the girls. And you and I are sitting in your bedroom playing Sega Dreamcast, drinking Mountain Dews, conjuring up business plans for fucking chicken wing sports bars. And we had some
Fuck you, Buffalo Wild Wings.
We had some really good ideas, but turns out not enough money when we were 16 years old. But we had some cool shit.
Actually, Buffalo Wild Wings reached out to us for a sponsorship. We turned them down.
We had to.
Well, they stole our idea.
Right.
Well, actually, St. Louis Pizza and Wings is really more along the lines of what we were looking to do. Other than the fact that they don't have a sit-down restaurant, we were looking to do pizza, wings, and a variety of wings, like a whole bunch of them. And it was based off of a place that my dad had been to in Hilton Head that had like 75 different wing types or something crazy.
Right.
Genius ideas. We pitched my dad and said, hey, because my dad at the time was in the restaurant industry, and he was like, Jay, I love it. This could be awesome. He's like, where are you going to get $50 million for?
That's where you come in, Dad.
And I said,
why the hell do you think I'm talking to you right
now? But no, we should definitely we should play the evolution of video games, because I'm too stupid and my dexterity is not good enough to play video games now because there's too many fucking buttons.
There's a lot.
And I feel like the old man yelling at kids to get off my lawn because I can't remember which button does what. And so I figure out one combination of buttons, and then I just do that over and over again.
I just need to know how to aim and how to shoot. I'll be fine.
Yeah, I think we can handle that.
I got one last question. This is super pressing.
Oh, boy.
When you played ice hockey, what was your strategy on Nintendo when you could pick the size of guys that you had?
Ooh, that's a good question.
When you could pick, like, you create your own person? Is that what you're saying?
No. The game was actually called ice hockey.
Oh.
You had 4 guys, and you could pick skinny, neutral, or fat.
Neutral.
All 4 guys?
Yeah.
No, you lose.
Oh, that's terrible.
Speed, baby.
No, because the skinny guys were the fastest guys.
Consistency.
No,
I always had 2 mediums, a skinny, and a fat.
I went 2 fats and 2 skinnies. And that's how I rolled. And then I would try and smash the guys with the fat guys, and then stick handle around everybody with the skinny guys.
I think it's a fair approach.
So,
do you remember Blades of Steel?
Oh,
yeah.
Shit, yeah.
I mean, that's the game.
That was the first game with fighting.
Love that game.
It's all we did. That was all that it was. The whole game was based upon how quickly you could get into a fight. It was awesome.
Great game.
All right, so
How the fuck did we?
I was gonna say, let me close us out here.
Aren't the kids going back to school?
Kids are going back to school. We think the kids are going to shit because they're playing video games, but boy, do we miss them. we miss them so much. We're gonna have a whole episode about video games. You're listening to the Grown Ass Dads podcast. We so appreciate everybody that listens and comments. We have grownassdads.com. Go to our YouTube channel, subscribe. Please just comment. Tell us what you want to hear. Reach out to us. I think we have an email address.
Grownassdads.
Hey, I want to throw something
@gmail.
out real quick. This glass right here was given to me from a guy named Brian Pichelle who runs Dogs for Our Brave. And the whole thing is basically placing support animals with military veterans with some sort of PTSD or medical issue that has stemmed, and it is an incredible organization. They just had their yearly golf tournament, raised an unbelievable amount of money. But
Hold it a little bit closer to your camera too, because
so-
look at how cool that we got an actual bullet that goes into the glass.
So this
Super
thing
cool.
is bad
That's
to the
sweet.
bone. So if it's something that you're interested in, go look it up. Donate if you can. Be a part of something, but keep an eye out. They're growing like crazy. They're doing awesome stuff.
I dig it.
So shout out to BP.
Yep. Same at the same time. 3 and 4 Print Co., the official sponsor of the show. Be on the lookout. I think I'm hoping by our next episode we'll have some of this swag that we're actually wearing. I think I got a shirt on. What we got? Jay's got a shirt on up there
Yeah.
too. I think. Let me zoom in on him. And then we got a hat here that Adam's wearing. We had all kinds of stuff. Hoping to have all that stuff available here shortly, because I was at a play, one of my son's plays at White Cliff Park, and he goes, "Dad, pretty much everybody backstage wants Grown Ass Dads merch."
They
I'm
only
like-
want it because it's got a bad word on it.
It has stars. It's
Yeah,
A
you're
star
right,
star.
yeah.
And I don't know if it was because I was wearing it that night and I just looked that good or what.
It wasn't.
Yeah, I think it was that.
But the fact that we're running into people who are recognizing us now and people who want our merch, we'll make the merch available, and hopefully we'll have that on grownassdads.com here in the next couple of weeks. So
Cool.
Very, very cool.
Everybody, thanks for listening to the nonsense tonight.
Yeah, this was cool.
We went on a couple of tangents, but that was fun as shit.
It was good.
Bones,
Yay, school.
great to see you.
Yeah, good to be seen.
Grown Ass Dads out.